Hi everybody, my name is Sarah, Weight Watcher Cape Cod woman, and today my little convo is going to be this. Are you accepting mediocrity in your life? Just it'll do sort of stuff in your life? Are you buying, for example, crappy food because it'll do? Are you eating crappy food because it'll do? You don't have to do that anymore. I don't want you to do that anymore. You know, when you start taking better care of yourself, your body, your health, your choices, your esteem is just going to go way, way up. You're going to feel so good about yourself because you are worth it. Now, I'm not coming from like years of doing this. Trust me. My food, I wasn't buying the best of stuff. I I would look at day old stuff and think that that would be okay. I wasn't like insisting on organic or wanting organic or allowing organic into my life. This was a slow process to get to this place where crap was no longer acceptable. And sometimes crap comes in a pretty package with a great big bow. And we are lulled into believing that it's okay, that it's good, that it's, a treat. It may not be a treat at all. It could hurt your system. We foodies and people that have been overweight for a while or worse, the worst is yo-yoing, right? And you guys all know that. Is that we just get so used to well, let me stop. By the time we get here, we have been at a place where we can no longer even like ourselves. We are so disgusted. We are so turned off. And we don't even want to be in our own skin. We just want to be skinny or whatever. And I know that my goal was to lose weight when I got here. And now it's to just get healthier and healthier with every choice that I make. One of the things about the fat when you yo-yo is that you can take it off and you can put it back. And when you initially take off that fat, it is the outside fat. It is the midriff, it's the belly, it's the hips, it's the thighs. But when you start to put it back, there is some metabolic thing that happens where it goes right into your organs. And it becomes that really nasty, nasty fat that the name is escaping me right now. Begins with a V. And that is really the hardest to get rid of. You got to be pretty lean to be able to work on that the visceral fat. And I don't know if any of you have ever watched Dr. Oz when he pulls off the real life fat off that person and holds it up and how it grows and grows and grows, and then he does the visual behind him. Well, this fat just sits inside of your organs and it compromises your organs. I mean, it's also fascinating to understand or to get to understand or want to understand how your body works once you start making the choices to lose the weight. And, we have so much evidence about what sugar does to our body, what artificial foods do to our body, what poor choices, processed foods, what happens with us when we eat all of that. So what might have been mediocre to you before you came here, and when you were just like, I hate myself, so I'm going to buy 4 loaves of white bread and Velveeta cheese or any of that, like not even cheese. Like the Kraft cheese that's being recalled right now. It's not really cheese. It's processed cheese food. Oh, come on. Just buy some sliced real cheese. Oh my goodness. Be good to yourselves. So anyway, I don't want to end up being the diva with the I'm no longer accepting mediocrity. That's not what I'm talking about. What I'm talking about is when you plan your food for the day, you've got your points, right? And if any of you are having a hard time moving that needle in your life with your tracker, you can find me on some of the Weight Watcher Facebook pages, and from there you can get my private message me. I would be happy to look at what your regular routine diet choices are for your points, and just, challenge you to maybe give up maybe something there that could be keeping you at a place that you don't want to be. I did that 1 week challenge. Not a lot of people did it, but those that did were delighted with what happened. They couldn't believe that this happened to them, that, that there was a chance that they could move that needle and maybe make their body, a different shape. So I don't want to just be stuck. I don't want to be stuck with yucky food. I was listening to a YouTube video today, and they were talking to this doctor. The interview was with this doctor. I think it was Perlmutter, the one that wrote Grain Brain. And he was saying, the interviewer said, "What about nursing homes?" And he said, "It is so, so sad, because these patients that live there, not on the assisted side where it's probably a little bit more gourmand, but the average person in a nursing home, they don't get the choices that we still have when we can go out and shop for ourselves." And I feel so bad that, like, people that might have, had decent food, not just mediocre institutional food, that they lose that. And gosh, I feel sorry for those people that are, can't. I noticed that our hospital here on Cape Cod, they have a pretty good menu these days. They're offering a lot of different choices to people. They even have wild salmon. And I remember one of my clients was there, and she she ordered the wild salmon every single night, like it was such a treat. So don't accept mediocrity in your life, be it anything. For some people, it could be a job. It could be a clunker of a car. It could be clothes that came from, someplace that just fit, like Omar the Tent Maker type stuff. Don't accept that. Treat yourself to a finer thing, whatever it is, be it the thing is, something organic like raspberries, or, an apple that you may like, or maybe a nice piece of clothing from a higher end store that goes with everything that you have and makes you feel great. That's why I've always loved scarves, because they can tie in a red and a green that wouldn't have gone without the scarf to tie it in. Be daring with yourself, and as you feel better about things like that, then you'll make better choices for yourself, at least I hope, after watching ad nauseum these videos that, you would wake up in the morning and like give yourself an hour in a grocery store that cares about your health, like a Whole Foods or a greengrocer or an organic farm or something like that. Watch videos where people will talk about the choices that they've made. We're always a work in progress, and isn't that great? I don't want the learning and the feeling and the changing it up to go away. I love what I'm learning here. And Weight Watchers started it, with the 20, well, they didn't start it, but Weight Watchers has definitely made me, well, I wouldn't be here today if it wasn't for Weight Watchers. And you get your points, and you get to go shopping with your points for what you're going to have. And we got fruits and veggies for 0 points. So just think of the abundance and the things that you can do with that, and have some of those things that you like, maybe upgrade them a little bit to a better quality of whatever it is, and enjoy it. You spend your points on something that matters to you. I'm not hardline giving up this and that and that and this. I'm working on the wheat. I'm not having cereal anymore. I do a gluten-free pizza. I have gluten-free crackers, but I haven't had them for a few weeks. And so I'm making those little inching choices. You know, I still have steel cut oats for breakfast and also a Bob's Red Mill gluten-free cereal that has, has grains in it. They just don't have the gluten in them. So inching along with your choices, and from mediocrity, you can go to like a superlative kind of life with your choices. You know, I remember a number of years ago, I started upgrading, and it was tiny little things, and what it was going from plastic to glassware to hold my little goodies that I bring to lunch. It may seem small. It may seem like, oh God, eye rolling, really? But I'm telling you, it does make a difference. When I pull out my little glass containers, I mean, it looks like the 21-day fixed diet all in one day with the amount of containers that I bring to work. But I love it, and it makes me feel good. And I don't know, there's just something about it. And, most of these plastic wares aren't necessarily that good for you, and you're never supposed to microwave one. But the glass is just, it's crisp. You can see it. It doesn't get cloudy. It's just a nicer finery for me, which is very, very, isn't that dumb? But no, it makes me feel better. And I'm always looking for that little one-of-a-kind glass container, like when I go to TJ Maxx or Marshall's and they have, a few things from places. So don't accept mediocrity in your life, whatever it is. Rise above it and want more for yourself, because that's what losing some pounds and losing some inches from here at Weight Watchers, that's what it can do for us. It just gives us the courage to say, I'm a little bit more worth it than I thought I ever was. And that's great. It's not to become a diva, but it's to become somebody that feels good from the inside out, and they know why. I can trace why I feel good, and I can trace why I want good, not more, better, all that kind of stuff, but just I want more sustainable food, better quality. I'm willing to drive for it, and it makes me feel better, So I hope that you can do the same for yourselves. Have you worked on anything that you might have accepted as mediocrity in your life, and now it's no longer? It's no longer welcome to your door. I'd love to hear if you've done any little itty-bitty changes in your life, little upgrades that make you feel good. Until the next time, this is Sarah, Weight Watcher, Cape Cod woman. Bye-bye for now.